لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير. None has the right to be worshipped Allah. He alone, who has no partners, to him belongs the dominion of the heavens and the earth. وهو على كل شيء قدير. And all praise. And he has power over all things. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير. Now I want you for a moment to just stay with me inshallah ta'ala about how beautiful this dua is. And this is something that I want us to try for this year in particular, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, and hopefully it can become a practice that we take on beyond inshallah ta'ala. There's an authentic narration where the Prophet ﷺ said, whoever says this dua on a normal day 100 times, 100 times, La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika la lahul mulku wa lahul hamd wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. Whoever says this 100 times in one day, the Prophet ﷺ said the reward of that is, it's as if he freed 10 slaves, and 100 good deeds will be written for him, and 100 bad deeds will be wiped out from his accounts. And on that day, he will be protected from the morning until the evening from the shaitan, and no one will be superior to that person except for one who increased in that which he has done, meaning one who even did more than 100. Okay? This is on a normal day. To say, La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika la, lahul mulku wa lahul hamd wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. The Prophet ﷺ said the reward of freeing one person from slavery is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would free every part of your body from the fire. What then of the reward of freeing 10 people from slavery? The Prophet ﷺ mentions the good deeds being written for you, the sins being wiped out, and you being protected from the shaitan. And no one is superior to you except for one who did more than you. So here's a very basic prescription for the day of Arafah. If this is on a normal day to say this 100 times, then on the day of Arafah, make sure you say this dua at least 100 times. And the barakah, only Allah knows how much mercy, how much blessing will be written for you as a result of it. If that's the best thing that you could say on the day of Arafah, then make sure that you say it at least 100 times, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, on that day. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to attain that reward and so much more beyond what we can comprehend. Allahumma ameen. Then comes the day of Eid. And this is a very important part. Don't tune me out yet, because a lot of us don't see Eid as ibadah. And the Eid of Dhul Hijjah is specifically a day of worship. And it is the second best day of the 10 days. So when we talk about Eid al-Fitr, it comes after Ramadan. Eid al-Adha is actually part of the 10 days. There's a big difference between the two in that regard, right? Like, this is significant because Eid is usually a day that's marked by heedlessness, right? It's usually a day where people kind of forget themselves, you know? In this situation, Eid al-Adha is a day of ibadah. So what is the ibadah of Eid al-Adha? What is the ibadah of the Eid of the sacrifice? Well, first and foremost, obviously the sacrifice itself is a very important ibadah. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He put sacrifice next to salah. قُلْ إِنَّ صَلَاتِي وَنُسُكِي وَمَحْيَايَ وَمَمَاتِي لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. Say that verily my prayer and my sacrifice. Sacrifice in the general sense, no doubt, but here sacrifice in the specific sense. My life and my death are all for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And people used to sacrifice in the name of their idols. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it so that it is purely for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.